Just start to resemble this Richmond side.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this is a stream. This is Richmond versus Adelaide. Should be a fun game. Hoping it'll be just like last week. So this is Easter round. Should be a good game. Just finished watching the end of the St Kilda game. They finished off quite strongly against the Gold Coast Suns. Jack Higgins kicked 5 goals. Good to see him back. And the Saints are pretty much on top of the ladder at the moment. They, despite dropping that game to Collingwood, they look like they will be one of the better teams this season, which is good to see, because St Kilda haven't really been up there for long. So this is a big game. Nick Vlastuin back in the team for Richmond. This should be good. Hi, Ethan. Good to see you watching the stream. Richmond are about to get underway. They coming off a strong win against the Western Bulldogs, and they probably should win this game. But I'm hoping it'll be a good one. Last time these two teams met, it was a good one.
There's some really talented young guys that have been lining up the competition in this Adelaide Crows team that we're looking forward to seeing tonight.
Absolutely. Last time here, the thrilling showdown win. It was a ripper.
So tomorrow is Easter, and I'll be going to the Carlton versus Port Adelaide game, so it should be good. So stick around for the vlog, and that should be fun.
Just 4 points they lost to Essendon last week, and then a 1 point loss round 1 to Fremantle. They could easily be 3 wins, 1 loss. 2 captains, Rory Sloan.
So I'm not really expecting the biggest amount of viewers for this game, but hopefully we can get some views, because it should be a good game, and fingers crossed it's a good game.
Good afternoon, Dwayne.
Yeah, the Saints have GWS, Port Adelaide, Melbourne and Geelong. 4 hard teams, so maybe they go 5 and 5. Or 4 and 5 or something like that.
First 4 weeks of football in the AFL scene has been absolutely sensational. He's kicked 10 for the year. He's dominating.
So far the round's been a pretty strange one. Brisbane and Collingwood. Yeah, Brisbane got the job done quite comfortably. In the end, they were just too strong. We just weren't good enough to challenge. Western Bulldogs and Sydney both smashed in their games. Yeah, St Kilda got the job done by 26 points in a quite comfortable win over the Gold Coast Suns, and this one's getting underway in a couple of seconds. Both these teams are coming off pretty good games last week. Richmond strong win over the Dogs, and the Crows pretty disappointing loss. I think they both scored like 99 points, so hopefully it is a good game. Here we go, Adelaide and the Tigers. Hopefully we can get some views, and this should be a good game. Here we go, good bounce. Richmond have the first start, but it's intercepted. Adelaide, good start. They go forward. Sloan hands it to Murphy. Oh, Tex, the shake and bake, goes forward. This is a great start by the Crows. They started well last time these two teams met. Well done by Richmond defense. I just think they'll win this match because Nick Vlastuin's back. Their defense looks a bit stronger with Gibcus out, Vlastuin to replace. Hopefully they can win. Long ball. Richmond defenders. Tarrant probably should have marked that. It's a good tackle by McAdam. Good to see him back in for the Crows. He should be a good player this season, Shane McAdam. So, a bullet in the Crows forward 50. Sloan, hands it to Tex. Tex to Laird. Smothered. They've done well here, the Tigers, to defend. Coction just scrambles it out, and in the end it could work. Good hand pass by Vlastuin. Bolter, tackle, and now the Crows are done well there, the Crows. So, Dimmer standing up, having a good look at his team. We've got a pretty good game plan now, the Tigers. Just hopefully they can get the job done. So, the ball it in. It's a good start by the Crows. Sloan, shake and bake. Hands it off to the youngster Cook. And Tigers defence, Rioli. And just again, they've just hacked it to that wing. And it's all Adelaide there. And they've done well. Jude. That's a good kick by Frampton. And that's a good drop to Dixon. Drop. And now, oh, they've done well. Yeah, the Richmond Tigers, they should win this game with Vlastuin in. They'll look really good. Yeah, good to see you in, Angie boy.
Averaging 30 possessions a game, coming off 35 last week.
So here they go, the Tigers. Can they get it past the halfway mark for the first time in this match? They do. That's a good kick. So they go forward, and O'Brien got back there, but that's strong by the Adelaide defence out of bounds.
Nice conservative start, you'd say. No risk-taking, no change. No look to come through the middle of the ground, down the line here. Don't get hurt on turnover. Richmond being really efficient when they do go inside 50. So
2 minutes into the game. Hopefully the game can develop. Bolton, clever slap. Now Ross. So they need to mark here, the Tigers. And they'll get it. Bolter. Strong grab. Yeah, that's the exact same for me, Angie boy. I'm 4 from 4 as well. I can be 5 from 5 if the Tigers win as well. So hopefully the Tigers do win.
He's going to appreciate the fact that he's there because he'll get more one-on-one looks, and he's got a very big afternoon if it's Billy Frampton as the matchup.
Yeah, can play forward, can play back any given day. Not everyone can do it.
So Noah Bolter directly in front. He's got the first. Good start, Richmond. We've got the first from, I think they've had the only one entry compared to the Crows 2 or 3. 5-1. Wow. So 2 Adelaide to start. But Richmond have done well. Kick the first.
Just the strength to work him under the ball. Really clever forward mouse.
That's a scary thing, Jace. Is then he's sitting there right now, Billy Frampton, going, right, how am I going to play this bloke next time?
Early teams have just been announced for Geelong Hawthorn.
So I've taken front spot, and he's just easy out of the ball really easily. If I play from behind, am I going to be able to get around him?
That's it.
He does play from behind. He's got
Stuart Selwood back in.
3 metres on the road.
And he's got an injury, Geelong. Quinton Marple won't be playing.
He hasn't even played 50 games yet. This is game 49 for Noah Bolter. Very tried to trap it, beaten to it by Dow. Prestia tried to thread the eye of the needle. Laird comes up with it to Smith, to Brown. Fans it wide over the head of Shoal. Baker shuts him down and accidentally heels it out.
So they're the 4th highest scoring team in the competition, Richmond, but their efficiency going inside 50 has been the one thing. They don't go in often, but when they do, they score. So been in once, 1 goal.
They played Brisbane on the Easter Thursday and they lost. Yeah. They were playing Brisbane and they lost it by 7 points. We played quite well. The Darcy Moore move forward in the 4th quarter was pretty smart when Darcy Cameron went down. He kicked 2 goals and finally we had a good last quarter.
Baker kept it in front. That's brilliant. He couldn't half volley it, but he knew exactly where it was going. Didn't let it get behind him. Ross.
I've got the teams in now.
Just slowed time there.
Yeah.
The clock stopped for him, but he gave it to Conchen, who can't find a teammate. Smith, Shaw, under some pressure with the handball. Could have been a bit in the backish, that. Free kick.
Not sure Adelaide want to play off Richmond as much as they did in that little passage of play. Gave them, each of the Richmond players in possession had, 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, they do have guns back, which is good to see for Geelong.
They've just got to give a bit more pressure on. They haven't got the footy, Adelaide.
Well, they were lucky that the Tigers missed a couple of easy, uncontested marks. Just didn't hit the target. Well, that was dangerous as well. Boulder got a hand on it.
Go
Castagna
forward.
can't kick him.
Here's
He's
the
trying to
Tigers.
set one up. Comes to Broad. He can set it up.
And they
from
get
there.
another.
Heads long.
Not a bad kick, and that's going to work for the Crows. Too easy.
Keys. Been in hot form as well, averaging 32 possessions a game.
Yeah, I knew you meant to.
47 possessions, 11 tackles last week.
Corrected yourself.
Ben Keys, they're second in the BNF last year, setting them up nicely again this year. Brown ups it down the line. Front spot, Tarrant. Speaking of great additions, how good a pickup has he been? And that's also.
So I put the teams out just in case you haven't checked the app yet. Good start by Prestia, which is good because my big call is Prestia and Sloan that combined for some amount of touches and goals. And Tom Lynch gets a jumper hold. Yeah, that's, I'm not sure about that, but anyway, it's good for Richmond because they could kick a goal. Yeah, Warple's dropped for getting 10 fantasy points and 2 or 3 disposals. He was really poor last game. So Tom Lynch, pretty much the same shot as Noah Bolter. In fact, I think it is. And not as good as Noah Bolter's kick. Started well, the Tigers. They've got 2 goals.
Can you explain that then to the people sitting at home?
Yeah, so
And
St Kilda,
on the replay, and they go, what are we dealing with here?
4-1 after that big loss to
That's what I'm
Collingwood.
about to say. So how do you then defend it and say, well,
People
you know,
might think that Darcy Moore goal on the siren
there's an umpire supposed
in
to
the
say,
Brisbane
well,
game might have been useless, but that goal actually kept us in the top 8. So yeah.
that's the second thing we'd be getting that
Yeah,
same sort of
I think they have to win. Like,
Crow supporters who
if
just
they
look
want
at
to
that
make
one.
top 4,
Let's
then
see whether it's gonna be
probably
a lot like
yes.
that throughout the course.
I mean, if they do win, they'll be 5.
So a good start. The 2 big boys that they're going to be
Yeah,
problems
so
both on the board.
I think they will win. I think that's going to be the other good game. So it's either this one or this game to stream. I just decided to stream this one because I thought it'd be easier. Stay tuned for tomorrow's vlog because I'll be going to the Carlton Port Adelaide game. Should be a good one as well, I'm hoping. So I'll be going to that one.
Ball out of the middle like that where, you know, Adelaide midfield can't put a hand, but the lack of pressure there from the ball movement is going to give Jordan Butts a new. He can have David Dench down there. Doesn't matter. It's just going to be a nightmare. So we talked about how much time that Richmond had through
So
the
Tom
midfield.
Lynch is having a
That's
shot.
going to be the issue right there.
A shot that he probably wouldn't normally take.
96 for his
No,
career.
he's dragged it out to the right. Minus score for Richmond.
There's a let-off. There's a let-off. Good to see Shane Edwards getting involved. It's been a slowish start to the year for him, but he's one of those that.
So he's Dawson to take the kick in.
They're a much better team, the Tigers. Yeah, 16th season for Shane Edwards. On track to play his 300th.
No, I'm not gonna stream the Monday game. Mainly because I'll be a bit busy on that day, so unfortunately I won't be able to stream that game. But it's probably good for you because you won't be able to make the stream. But this is the game I'm streaming for the round. That's a pretty good kick. Matt Crouch takes the mark at defence.
So Crouch to Dawson. Some pressure on his kick.
They've taken a great mark on the wing. Nathan Broad. So it's a great start by the Tigers backman with Nick Vlastuin. And here is Nick Vlastuin. And he's got a pretty good lethal boot. Yeah, hopefully he had a good Friday, and hopefully you have a good Easter tomorrow as well. Jordan Dawson. It's good to be back at the Adelaide Oval. From Crow's perspective, that's a brilliant kick. And Ben Keys, oh my God, he's dropped an absolute sitter. And now the Tigers on the attack can probably score out of this. And oh, it's not the best kick. And Uday. So there's a Crow player down. It's Billy Frampton, the defender. Yeah, not the best start by Ben Keys. He's definitely one of the favourites for the Brown, though. Definitely top 5 up there with Heaney, Dunkley, maybe Cripps. He's injured. That's good ball movement by the Crows. Yeah, well done. Tex Walker takes the mark. It's a pretty good kick too. So he could kick this goal. Well done by Josh Shelley, the youngster. He's a good guy.
But he's got so much going through his head when he gets the ball. He's so creative. Craig Bradley, old style. Early bounce, then you can steady.
And Tex straight through. That is straight through the middle. Well done, Ben. Well to Tex Walker. Maybe Ben Keys can play a bit better. Adelaide have got their first goal, and hopefully this game is just like the last Adelaide game I streamed when they played an absolute filler. I don't know if we can make a good video out of it. Yeah, so if they do win this game, Richmond, I will be 5 and 5 as well. I don't think GWS will lose this game, win this game tonight. I think them planning to tag Striker will definitely help. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's pretty good play there by the Crows. Not their best play of the season, but definitely up there. They look a lot stronger than last year. That's for sure. So it's a good start for Tex Walker, who had a big game against Essendon, and now he wants to follow it up. Well done, Noah Bolter into the ruck. Cochin paddles it, did well. Castagna, now the Tigers want to go forward. Fumble, and that's not out of bounds. Castagna kept it in, and that's a good tackle by Keys. He looks a bit better now. Yeah, Geelong are 6, Collingwood are 8. Yeah, Geelong 6. I think that's a little bit low for how they played, but that's because St Kilda are doing good. Sydney got the big win. McAdam, if he gets the bounce. Oh, so close. Wasn't touched, it bounced over. Jaden Short and just missed. Very, very close.
Turnover in defensive 50. Now getting it up on the wing and looking more likely to score from those scenarios and putting more pressure on the Tigers.
So, can they go half back here, the Tigers? Gotta find a way. So there's 9.5 minutes left of this opening third. Oh, so you're going to the Carlton Port game tomorrow? Oh.
So they've obviously addressed it.
So maybe you can see her. He plays well, yeah. I'm not sure about that. I think my tip is Jeremy Cameron to win the Coleman. I think Tom Hawkins is on his last legs. I think he will definitely be up there. He just never seems to get injured.
Straight up at the air from the boot of Prestia. Not the required, so it'll be play on. Good crumb by Cochin.
That's beautiful by Fred Cochin, the former skipper. They've done well. Lynch couldn't get there. Frampton. And the Crows out of danger for now. Risky kick works. And because it was so risky, I'm taking the risk. And it's going to work for Tex. Here in the centre of Adelaide Oval. Risky kick. Bolter did well. Frampton tackled him. Okay, so he's 6 in the Coleman medal tally. I haven't checked that, so he must have been pretty good. Well, he did kick 5 goals against the Lions, so that is true. Yeah, he is 6. 13 goals, average of 3.3. That's pretty good. Aaron Norton, Heaney, Larkey, Danaher, and King are beating him. That's a good mark by Sloan. We should have a good game. Hopefully, Vlastuin. And I don't know exactly what's happening here. Vlastuin's a little bit confused as well. But it's going to help Richmond. They've got all their defenders down the line. And there's a held free kick. It's going to work.
Now they can go quick. They've got even numbers. So you've got to pull the trigger here if you want an even contest ahead of the footy.
The big easy. Elliot Himmelberg short. He's got a big role to play, Elliot Himmelberg. He's got to take the heat off Walker. He's got to compete.
He's Matt Crouch.
He's got to bring the ball to ground.
Not a bad kick, but Richmond's defence should be there to cover it, and they were in the end. And good pressure by the close forwards. Done pretty well.
Putting that sort of defensive pressure on. Hold the ball in your forward.
So they'll ball it in. O'Brien smacks it, and that's going to work for the Tigers. Long ball, it's a good mark by Chase Jones in defence for Adelaide. Dion Prestio's all on top of the fantasy points, which is great news for me.
Smith to Frampton. Touch though. Crouch and Laird looked at each other.
So good pressure by the Tigers, but the Crows have got it through again. And just probably unlucky to get the free there. Tex Walker. I'm not sure who the defender was. I think it might have been Tarrant, who cocked him a bit high, but pretty unlucky not to get the free kick. So the ball it in again. Then the Crows forward half. Had some stoppages in this quarter now. She haven't been able to nail the goals yet. It's a good start by Adelaide. Tex Walker definitely looks like he could be the forward of the day. Haven't seen much of Rewalt yet. Parker pushed the player just so he could get the ball. It's a hack kick and out in the wing and it's out in the full. So good start by the Crows. Now they've probably controlled most of the play, and I'd say they've been the better team.
It's now 10-8 inside 50s in favour of Adelaide. The territory battle's turned their way.
So they're going long inside forward 50 here, the Crows. Hoping for the mark. In front was Miller, and now Gallant did pretty well. Parker, what does he do? He mungles it again. 2 mongrels in a row. And now the Crows have got the turnover. And Laird will have a good kick. Brilliant kick. Oh, Rory Laird, you are a freak. That is a ripping goal. And Adelaide have got 2 in a row. And we're even here at Adelaide Oval. Looks good at the moment.
And then they've got numbers ready to rebound. That line of defence waiting for the quick kick. So there's Parker. He just has to throw it on the boot. Rochelle trying to come in with the smother. 3 on 1. All they had to do was think their way through it. In the end, it was a tough shot. Probably they would have liked to have worked out a better shot for goal from a position close to the corridor, but poor head.
If you're a forward line that's going to have Walker, Himmelberg and young Lockie Gallant, well, you need the smalls in there to be putting some heat on. So
yeah, Adelaide, it scores level at the moment. They look good.
And then you get a result like that with a ball.
Yeah, it's a good start by the Crows.
And ends up in your hands here, folks. They've got a little
Definitely had the territory battle so far. Haven't been able to finish. They've had all the pressure. They keep it in there as well. And that should work. It does. They go forward, the Tigers. Unlucky not to get the free. Lynch will chase. And he crumbed it. Lynch. That was definitely out of bounds. And they didn't give it out of bounds. It's okay. Go have your shower. You can come back later if you want.
There was a noise of affirmation as if it was out of play, Jono.
So, it'll be a smackdown. Tigers, did well. Hacks it out of there. Long ball. Good mark by Rioli in front of 2 Crows. Takes a nice grab. Does Daniel Rioli. He's a pretty good player. Here's Daniel Rioli.
It's going to be a great battle.
So Rioli will send it long. And just pops it up. It's not a very good kick. favours Adelaide, and Smith did well. Frampton, Baker's lurking. Rewalt, hack kick, did well. Did Duday, Brown, now Cook, Courts. Good stuff by Richmond. Richmond forwards have done well here. And well, at the moment, Richmond's going to need this forward half stoppages because the Crows have probably had more. Crouch, that's high. So, Matt Crouch, free kick.
Thompson down near the moment. He got him around the shoulder. He was gone.
So, Matt Crouch.
4.5 minutes
We
left.
send it long.
The first 2 goals of this game.
Really long. And that's a pretty good effort by Himmelberg. Murphy flicks it wide. McHenry. Well done,
There
Richmond.
it is again from, as Brad Johnson said, front and square. It was McHenry, it was Murphy. It's exactly where their two smalls need to be. And then when the ball does hit the ground, they go to
Crows have had the better start. Then Curvis palms it. Prestia. Smack. Smith. Good kick. And, oh, Gallant did well. Tarrant's going to be quick. He did well on Gallant. And Tarrant, hand pass. Pickett did well. Got around one. Kicks it to the other wing. Risky kick. Made it work for Ross. Good hand pass. And now the Tigers go off half back onto the wing. Right hand wing of Adelaide Oval. They'll go forward. And Lynch. Great grab. So Tom Lynch will send it most likely full forward. He's got to get his boot back on Tom Lynch, so the Crows defenders will have time to get back. So what does Tom Lynch do? You'd think he'd send it to the top of the square.
They always got time for boot replacement. Gotta love it though, the crowd, the 19th band.
Long ball, O'Brien, Piers Parker, out of bounds. So it's a pretty good game so far. Scores are even and both teams look pretty good. Tom Lynch walks off to the bench. Probably get that shoe on tight and proper. Tigers, Rove, Nankervis, probably on the ball. Baker, Castagna, Cook, Shoal, they've done well. Good stuff. Right, Crows, scrambling, defending. They've done well. Wrong ball. Good whack, Brian Nang.
Baker wrapped up nicely by Brown. Didn't overcommit into his back. Ball up.
Yeah, ball in. Inside the form 50 again of the Tigers.
Keys and Prestia trying to get some separation.
And there's a free kick.
Holding free. Adelaide's ball.
And it's going to Riley O'Brien.
Once against that
He's had a good start to the season, O'Brien.
Smith. It's long. It's a 2-on-2 out there. Gallant got up and Miller crushed it out of play. Ben Miller. Fourth game for him. 5th season on the list. Getting an opportunity to hold his spot.
Match up with Gallant. Gallant, the young fella there. So 2 youngsters that probably going to play a lot of footy against each other. He's shown already that he's talented. 6 goals for the year.
Parker. It's blasted away again. Big fly, Dawson. Frampton, little fumble. That could be costly. Shea Bolton, clever. Castagna, dance step inside. The hook kick.
Good goal by Castagna.
Tigers back in front.
Old Wayne, if you fumble in this game, particularly against the good teams, they punish it. You get one opportunity. You've got to be clean. You should have been locked up. They virtually had possession. It would have been a quick hand pass from Frampton when he gets his hands on the ball here, but because he fumbles it, instead of taking that cleanly and dishing out the hand pass to Lockie Scholl, it goes the other way and they get punished. Landed heavily, Jordan Dawson.
Yeah, well, he's got to make the most of his opportunities, doesn't he? Castagna doesn't get the ball all that much, but when he does, he's always a chance of scoring. They've been inside 50 now 13 times for 3 goals, which is, I mean, they've been giving up almost 49% Adelaide. We had an opposition go inside 50, so they've got to tighten that up.
Keys was at Adelaide free, or not? No, it was at Richmond free. Lucky Keys didn't kick it away. Shea Bolton's away. Rioli in some space as well. Heads
Go
on,
forward.
goal square.
Long ball, Rewalt. Couldn't quite. Now the pressure. And can the Tigers get a second ripping goal in a row? Yeah, it was a nice goal. And the Crows out of trouble. And they will bring the Crows to the corner. Ben Keys can kick it long and strong. That's good effort off the knees. And if the Tigers can gather, they can go forward and maybe get a 2-goal lead heading into quarter time. Good pressure by the Crows. Tex flicks it out to McAdam. McAdam to Himmelberg. Himmelberg is stuck, so he just kicks it straight to a Richmond defender, who bombs it out of there. And he's found his target. Matthew Parker, what does he do with it? Does he pass it off? He kicks it nicely. And Edwards, Court, Keys, flicks it. Cook, Himmelberg have done well. And that should probably be it. And this is a big turnover. And the Crows forward off. It's a pretty good kick. Tarrant did well. McHenry, hand pass. Tex, can he bounce it home? Yes, he can. Wow. Adelaide have got their third. And Tex has 2. The Crows are playing pretty well. Keep up with the champs, Richmond.
Brad Johnson picked up the first front score about 10 or 12 minutes ago, guys, and I've got a taste for it now. Whether it's McHenry, whether it's Lockie Murphy, or McAdam, whoever it is, they're hitting the right spots now every time, and they're getting reward for it.
Yeah, I think a little bit of pace on the ball for Adelaide when they go forward is just finding Richmond out. Because when it's a slow movement, when it's long and slow down the line, that's when they're at their best. Tex has been fantastic. And he has been, like, we know he's not a traditional centre-half forward who stands under the footy and monsters. His movement's given them headaches. He's presented up. He's had deft touch with the ball in hand.
I'll tell you what I also like was McHenry was unselfish. Yeah. He could have had the shot, but he knows Tex is a finisher, and he gave him the responsibility, and he didn't let him
final
down.
30 seconds. Keys, long ball. Great grab. McAdam, here they go. One last chance. Can they hit the lead? Tex! Oh, he's going to ruin this. He is going to have a massive game, the Texan. This for his third of the first quarter. And Cardi's big call of Tex kicking 5 or 6 could come true.
Let's take ground. Let's take an opportunity. And he just should take this all the way to the siren. He's as good a shot of goal as there is.
So what does the Texan do?
It's been a brilliant start.
Oh, well done. So can they hit the lead? It's a pretty good kick.
You're suggesting 7, Dwayne?
Well, this is for number 3 in the opening quarter.
Number 12.
Good 500.
So it'll be a long ball. He should score. So the Crows should be leading. It's a good kick. It's a great kick. It's a goal. The Crows lead. What a great start by Texan and the Crows. And Tex Walker could be going for 700. Well, low chance he kicks it. He kicks it pretty well, Tex Walker. And the Crows lead it by 6 points. Tex Walker right on top with 52 fantasy points to start the match. And that's the first quarter. It's a good start.
Swinburne University's deep industry partnerships give you real industry experience with innovation and creativity in every course, connecting you to your career faster. So, when does the
Well,
next
Collingwood have
university arrive?
a pretty big round 6 on Anzac Day against the Bombers. Hopefully we can win it.
Next gen now.
I'm going to go through and check which game I should stream for next week. I could possibly. Well, it depends. Do you guys want me to stream either Essendon versus Collingwood maybe, or Sydney versus Hawthorn? Maybe possibly North Melbourne versus Geelong. Might be a bit boring, but I'm sure Angie Boy may tune in if he wants to, because I don't think he's going to go all the way to Tasmania. So hopefully, Geelong, North, maybe. Well, I'll put it in the chat, I guess.
Make group betting look easy with Sportsbet's Bet with Mates. Start a group and build a multi together. Only with Sportsbet.
So Tex Walker, I'm going to check how many goals he's kicked. I think he would have kicked more than 500.
Exhale. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Bring the cinema experience home. Foxtel Movies. Watch on demand.
Well, okay. Well, maybe I might get more viewers
This program brought to you by Amy.
if I do the
Proud major
Blues versus
partner of the
Cats.
AFL. Harvey Norman Super Easter Weekend. 5 days only.
I think it'd be a bit of a smashing though.
Online accounting to help you do business, but better. And Macca's Double Chicken Deluxe. Chicken and Macca's together and loving it.
Big crowd and a big game atmosphere. Quarter time at the Adelaide Oval. Taylor Walker with 3 goals in the opening quarter. The Crows lead 4-1, 25-3, 1-19. Jack Ross back into the 22 after being an unused sub last week. Leads all possession getters on the ground with 10. And yet again, Ben Keys is having an afternoon to behold. He's had 9 so far with quite a few clearances and tackles. Again, as we head downstairs to Brad Johnson.
Thank you, Dwayne. Well, the Crows, and Tex Walker in particular, love the better ball movement in the last
Not
15 minutes.
really 100% sure how to check how much Tex Walker's kicked, but I would have believed he'd kicked more than 500.
Putting more pressure on the Tigers when they were in
suppose
possession
I
of the
just
ball.
have to
They're up
look
great
it up.
turnovers in the right part of the ground, and then get some good run forward the ball, as we can see there. And Tex Walker one-on-one absolutely loves it. Look at the space that he's got to work into. Then when they had better ball movement, they're able to get their smalls into better positions to impact when the bigs brought the ball into ground. You can see McHenry and Murphy with the 2 in that corner with the last 10 minutes. They got to work, got their craft right, got their positioning right, and you can see the outcome there. Scores on the board for the Adelaide Crows. Great first quarter from the Crows.
It was, and they got, as we were calling it, they just got better as the game wore on. And at least a Tex Walker show right now. He's kicked 3 goals in the quarter. He's kicked 3 in the 4. And he becomes a real issue from a matchup point of view, because if Tarrant goes to him, he'll take Tarrant high. And we know that Tarrant doesn't want to get too far away from the defensive goal square. Miller was on him for that last fullback centre clearance, and that's going to be a tool for a young
400
in infancy. So it'll
be interested to see who they go to here. But
493 heading to this game. 3 more is on 496. Need 4 more to get to 500.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Richmond battle back with early in the second quarter. So
7 disposals for Tex Walker. He nearly leads the Crows possessions. At the moment, it's Keys, Crouch, and Uday.
You know who won't get much praise for it was either
So Himmelberg starting in the square, Tex starting centre half forward, and the ball in as the Tigers get the ball out. Keys did well. Crouch.
Keys was dealt with late, so it'll be
50-metre penalty if you dealt with after.
yeah, maybe as
You know what Cotchin's doing? He's sitting right on that Crouch, trying to stop him from going forward. So the Crows will bomb it long. And now Shelley did pretty well. We only dumped him into the turf pretty hard. And yeah, Tex is an Adelaide legend. And he's, yeah, he is.
It's a modern day approach for sure.
It's good to know you're from South Australia. Interesting you don't go for a Crow. Don't go for the Crows or power as Tex Walker lines up for number 4. That's high. Tex Walker lining up for his 4th goal. And 497 goals in this awesome forwards career. So first minute into the second. As Tex Walker, greatest goal kick of all time, has kicked a goal. What a start for Tex Walker and his Crows. And this could be a really good game.
He's got 500 in his sight. Free kick there, no question about it. He's kicked the last 3 goals of the game, and right now he's the biggest headache for Damien Hardwick in the coach's box.
Tom Hawkins does it for Geelong. Taylor Walker for Adelaide. There's a few other key forwards around the competition.
Last time these two teams met, it was a 28-point win to Richmond in a nice game. Crows started off smashing, and Richmond came back and did really well in the end. And Jack Greenwald kicked 5 goals, got 20 possessions, 140. And Tex Walker kicked 4 goals last time these two teams met as well. Coleman Jones also kicked 4 as the Tigers bring it out to the left-hand side wing. Crows lead by 2 goals, and currently they're 13th on the ladder.
This is the other part of the ground that shouldn't be forgotten. Given they gave up 2 good first goals to both Lynch and Walter, and we thought, hello, they've been very good.
And I like the key defenders, Frampton and Butts, being proactive, taking front position away from their opponents when they get the
So
opportunity.
Keys had a pretty rough start. He's doing a lot better now, which is good signs to see. Got out of it, the Crows, but Tigers stars have got around the body, and Chad Cochin probably a little too far out to score, being probably a kick from home, but Cochin probably won't trust himself. Goes long, Lynch, Graham did well, soccer ball, Crows defence was there, but then kicked it straight back to Cochin. Now that's a good kick. He's dropped the mark, has big Nate, and high on Laird, wasn't rewarded for Shelley, slow. Here go the Crows, have done really well, long ball, Himmelberg probably held Miller. Miller did well, the youngster. And the Tigers out of trouble for now. It started well. The Crows, can they keep it up for 4 quarters? Because they started off really well last time these two teams met, kicking 6 goals in the opening term to 3. Now that's a good mark by Uday, who's been Adelaide's most promising defender. And they'll throw the ball forward. Here the Crows, risky kicks, and someone's limping off for the Crows. Not 100% sure who it is.
Smith become weapons off half back. If that's the
So a
case.
long ball forward, and dropped the mark in the end was Tarrant. Crouch, and Tex was held. Is it going to Tex? I don't think it's going to Tex. It's going to Matt Crouch, who's a pretty good kicker of the footy. I'm not sure if he can kick it this big though. He hands it off. Big kick. Dawson. And off the line. Gallant rushed behind. Nearly.
Yeah, he didn't do that 2 weeks ago.
I tell you what, it was sloppy marking from the Tigers. He was looking around everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's not a long kick. You know he's not a long kick. And you're letting people like Dawson, who won a game off his home boot recently, look round and get the shot.
It wasn't the greatest of kicks that won the showdown, but it was work it up.
That was not great. That one was a sack.
It was a tumble time, wasn't it?
You got the biggest cheer here for someone in blue shorts than Sangus Young.
So a long ball forward. And Nank did well. Ross, Baker. Look at him darting around, trying to find the best option as Jordan Butts puts his leg. Getting it checked. It'd be pretty big if they lose him because Tom Lynch, Rewalt, they have all big days. Had big games last time. Rewalt was huge. Lynch, Chol, Corman, Jones, they were all good for the Tigers last time these two teams met.
So this is where the ruthless forwards would go. This is my chance to go bang it, Duday. And I'm not underselling Duday. He's a good defender.
Duday's going to be the defender. Now that you'd think would probably get Rewalt. Butts would probably have Lynch, but he's off. This is bad for the Crows and risky courage and mark and couldn't quite get it. Dawson spun out of trouble. Laird, weird kick forward. It's a bit of a tumbler. And Rochelle smashes it over the line as Jordan Butts keeps getting the sail. So this is the incident where he went for it and he just landed awkwardly on his leg. We landed on the floor and it'd be a pretty bad loss if they do lose him. That's pretty awkward. Ugh. It's a bad injury. I don't think he'll come back out. That could be a 2-week injury at the least. So Bolton kept it in. He kicked an amazing goal last time. I wasn't watching that second half of that game. If it was, I probably would have done a reaction to it.
We know he's got a bit of a streak in him as well. Now they've readjusted. It looked like they got Frampton.
Yeah, it's always a good game, the Crows versus Tigers. That's why I always pick it. Because last time these two teams met, I wasn't watching it because I wasn't really. I was at that period where round 9 to 12, and just having a bit of a break, and I just wasn't really checking the footy, and I missed this game. I missed most of the games. I think it's a bit more round 9 to like round 15. I just wasn't into it, and Bolter's taking a double grabber. Hopefully he kicks it for Richmond because they need to get one back. I don't want to lose our first tip to the Adelaide Crows.
This is what the competitive, ruthless nature of footy is. When one goes down, then okay, let's really pick at the wound and make it work.
So Noah Bolter.
That's a contested mark against the
going forward. You'd think Duday would probably get him, so then the Crows defence would be scrambling around. Right now with Butts out. Richmond, this is their opportunity to score. Noah Bolter stabs it through the points. Yeah, Duday's on Noah Bolter right now. And Frampton is on. Frampton's on right now, Rewalt. He's done well. There, the Crows, they've got it forward. And a free kick to Broad for a block. And it's going to McAdam. Oh, don't know what that was then. And that's a pretty poor kick over the line for the Crows. So they should be able to go over it. Tex Walker's looking for a couple more people to get down. Butts is coming back on. And now Richmond will want to scramble on forward before Butts comes back onto the field. So here's Ross, McIntosh, Dow, short, long ball, Lynch. Good. Oh no, he's been pushed out of it. No free. Sean Bolton. Good tackle on Smith. He's done well. Man, that's a big tackle. And giving it 50 for a bad tackle and retaliating on Rory Laird. So this for his second. Even Tex have been their only goal kickers. He hands it up. It's a good kick. Right to the line. And Raw did well. And that Crows player's hit his head. I think it's Murphy.
License to jump now, but he's back into the lineup. McAdam took one of the marks of the season 2 weeks ago in the Sandful showdown between Adelaide and Port Adelaide. An absolute ripper.
So the Tigers work it off half back. It's been a less exciting term. And Castagna marks. He definitely looked to get the ball forward. Short, goes long. Bolton, that's a drop mark. Butts, hand pass to Jones. Jones to Keys. Keys ran into trouble, but they're still going forward, the Crows. If they can flick around the handballs, go back into the corridor, and done well. Laird can finish it off, and it's a brilliant mark by McAdam, and they should kick this goal, Adelaide. They're doing well at the moment.
I want to go back to the half-back. Chase Jones on Shea Bolton again. Another one-on-one win that gets involved with Butts, and away they go again.
So Shane McAdam
Famous number 23
will take his kick.
Jared Petrenko, Charlie Cameron.
And a bad kick will sneak back in. It will. So this is a big lead now for the Adelaide Crows. A game high 19 points. And all of a sudden the Tigers need to get back. And Toby Nankervis has come off with a bit of a blood raw, which is not good for Richmond. Yeah, it's a bit too easy there. The Crows have just flicked around the handballs. Brilliant kick by Laird to finish it off. McAdam marks and goes back and nails one for the Crows. They're doing quite well at the moment.
Just an unfortunate head clash.
A nice finish from McAdam, so
So,
taking their opportunities
now the Crows right on top of this match, and you'd think they'd be able to maybe pull out a big upset of the Tigers. Not a big upset, because I tipped the Tigers to win this game by 6 points, because I wanted it to be a thriller. Edwards kicks the ball forward for the Tigers. Good work here, they've got the mark. Now, kicking a half away from home. It's a good kick. It's long. And Brampton did well. Shy Bolton. Graham. That's pretty good pressure there by the Crows. So again, Adelaide are definitely on top in this match at this very moment.
Trying to get him out there again.
Keys, another clearance. Hands it almost to Edwards to go.
What's been really impressive in this quarter as well, Gaz and Jay, says the first release handball from the Adelaide Crows in congestion around numbers. The Tigers have got plenty of numbers around the ball, but the release of the Adelaide Crows to get it to their direct teammate and release from that point is what's been able to set up this lead.
Berry to Murphy to Crouch.
So the Crows go forward.
Runs the boundary.
And good effort by the Tigers.
A chip kick wide will work.
Defenders.
Parker.
You know more of that.
Does again. It's plenty on this. Lynch in that one-on-one. Nearly. Jones.
Done well there, the Crows.
Bounced on the crumb. Pumps it back out. Rioli. His heart and soul into that.
Yeah, someone was coming big time. Can't find any space inside forward 50, these Richmond forwards. Nowhere to run into. That little chip kick that we've known, and they've been so good at over the journey.
Prestia to short to Vlastuin. He pulls his
Wow.
kick in the pocket. How good was that?
Good mark.
Well, that's the one. And that took some
Vlastuin can go for his second.
Two blokes have played a lot of footy together, but constantly going long and to the same spot hasn't been working.
The hook kick, his forte. Dropped late last season, Jason Castagna. He's been a regular for the
So
majority
we
of
go for a banana.
the last 5 years.
And
Opens it up with the hook kick.
pretty good kick. Hits the spot beautifully. Richmond get their first of the second term. Well, no, it's their second actually. No Curvis getting ready. Come back out.
Stand sideways. Look how they want to kick it, and then they go. He kind of made it look like he was just walking back a little bit further and trying not to draw the pressure on him when he went.
Just on that, did that lead then for Castagna?
Yeah, just have a look at him though, guys. He's just thinking, everyone knows he's going around, but he's not like the other blokes. I'll go when I'm ready. And you never quite know when you're standing on the side like that.
I just love the lead. There was nothing happening. Duday had his front position by a metre, and so he went back and demanded that Duday turned his head to find out where he'd gone to. He'd only got a couple of metres, and the minute he turned his head, he went. And it's just, that's a little bit of forward craft that sometimes gets lost.
So ball back in. Now Brian Cochin gets it out. Noah Bolter, who starts this one in the middle. Pretty good kick, but Dawson as well. So the Crows, this could really be their big game. They probably could be 4-1 if they won all their close games. The only game they were out of is that Collingwood game. Same with St Kilda, 4-1, poor game with the Collingwood game. And North Melbourne, well, it's a bit disappointing for North Melbourne because they could have easily been 3-2. If they'd won that game against Sydney, put a bit harder work in against the Hawks. It's disappointing for them. And good pressure here by the Crows.
He's there first, and he would have marked it before Duday was able to get there to spoil.
Braden Cook has just returned from the rooms, all stitched up. Shouldn't be too long before he's back on the ground. Now, Curtis was interesting, jogging in front of me. Didn't look comfortable around that sort of eye.
Here's Ralph Smith. Nice hand pass, Ross. And smothered kick off Graham's boot. The Crows will go forward, and it's Himmelberg. So Elliot Himmelberg apparently has controlled the footy enough. Now there we go, and send it long, and straight and strong. Big goal. Well done, Elliot Himmelberg. The kick forward. Kicks a big goal. And Adelaide, Angry Boy, are winning by 19 points. It's now equal game high. And they get the quick response from the Richmond goal.
He's marked it at 55.
He probably didn't control it down, so maybe lucky to get the mark. That's okay, but look at the kick. He's looking.
So at the moment, it's all Adelaide. Richmond are going to have to pull one out of their bag of tricks now, because every week they're down, up, down. It's impossible for them to predict. The 2 games are predicted to win, they lose. The 2 are predicted them to lose, they win. And this one are predicted them to win. Looks like they might lose. Gonna need a good comeback. So, long Curvis did well. Smacked it to Cochin. Long ball forward. Can the Tigers pull off their third of the term? Because they bloody need one. It's frustrating at the moment if you're a Richmond fan. They just can't get it done at the moment. It's pretty poor. Long ball. It's not a bad effort. It's a behind. And now it's 3 goals.
Big Tom wanted the lead into the pocket on it. And I guess when you haven't had much of the ball, you want to do something. You want to kick a goal. You want to have an impact. But hitting the target's as much an impact as kicking the goal.
That's the point. They give that ball instinctively, particularly Lynch and Rewalt, and then you get a bit desperate.
So here they go.
Yeah, one handball, one kick
Vlastuin,
for Jack Rewalt so far
Broad.
in this one.
Edwards, well done by Dawson. Flipped the hand pass over the top, and they've done well.
McHenry doesn't mind a hop.
Better from Richmond. They've had the tables turned on them, so they've got to respond now. They're the ones who are having to react and
Just
make
hit
sure
the
they
hour
can now
mark of the
impose
stream.
themselves into the game.
O'Brien, great, you have palm.
Well done, Adelaide. That's a drop mark. Here they go, Murphy. Long ball. Himmelberg hangs on. And the Crows forwards and the Crows players in general are just much better than the Tigers at the moment.
And we know that Tarrant's been a spectacular key defender for so long, but he's giving away an enormous reach advantage to Himmelberg. So if he gets front spot and hits that ball at the highest point, it makes it virtually impossible for Tarrant to score.
The Tigers are definitely in trouble.
They've kicked 6 straight from set shots in this game so far. Adelaide.
And there's another one. 7 straight. Himmelberg's got 2. And Adelaide are definitely playing amazing.
It's so exciting. I hope we see the efforts of Murphy. I hope we go back to the contest on centre wing where he gets involved.
Gets a great tap, Gaz.
Yeah, the tap works great. He that kick, and then he goes again here. Head down, keeps it going, it's up, falls forward. And then, as you pointed out, this is a very difficult proposition when he gets hands up. So 25 points to margin, 24 points to margin. Got some work to do here.
All of a sudden, Robbie Tarrant needs
Yeah, he's going to have to give him a big yell.
away from Himmelberg. He's got to get
With
body
him,
on body contact. He's got to make it a scrap.
because at the moment,
The reach
they're down by
is
4
long
goals. And
enough, reaching up to a point he
the
can't
biggest
get
lead, I'm going to go back and check. Last time these two teams met,
Continues to be turned up on the defence.
the biggest lead
The goal kicker off, Gary. Do you think that'll catch
in the game for the Adelaide Crows.
The goal kicker on the bench who goes forward, Walker, is magnificent.
It'll let you out. No
Their
free
biggest
kick.
lead, they're in front for 54 minutes of the game.
Having a good afternoon at the
Tigers in
office.
front by
Target
57.
here,
Their
though.
biggest lead was 4 goals. And
It's been
guess
a little
what?
bit at
There's
times.
4 goals here.
Took them up on
This
the
is their
press.
biggest lead.
Had an eternity.
So do they choke again?
Last 2 kicks from Chase Jones have been his worst 2. He's had a great day.
But he's mopping up beautifully, isn't he? He's doing all the right things. Just got to hit the target.
Great tackle.
So, you're talking about
He wheels around.
Dimmer Hardwick,
And
because
launches long.
that's pretty interesting to know, because I didn't know that. Long ball by Gallant, sends it long, and that's a... Oh, he's dropped it. If they get one more point, then it's bigger than their lead last time.
What do you think
Their biggest lead was 24 points. Richmond's biggest lead was 34 points. They get another score, and then they've got more points.
Shane McAdam gets his hands to it. He'd take that 9 times out of 10. But they're close to opening
Nick
up the real
Vlastuin's
game.
definitely been a big inclusion to this defence for Richmond, but even still with Vlastuin, I just thought Richmond would be stronger with that massive defence. And then Curvis gets a 3 there on Tex, and Tex lets him know about it. And he's got a 50. There, Tex. That's not happy. So Toby Nankervis. That's a double. That has to be a double. He's gone back and they haven't given it to Toby. And that is ridiculous. That should have been a double 50. Here's Marlon Pickett. He's going to have to send it long because it's all Adelaide. He doesn't. He goes small to Prestia. I need him to kick the goal, and I need Sloan to kick a goal, unless Prestia can manage to kick 2 and Cochin marks. So, this should go in. The former captain for Richmond. Richmond has just been outclassed by a young Adelaide forward line, and they've definitely been better. So he's Tread Cochin. Goes back and nails one for the Tigers. Yeah, it was a nice kick. And there's something off the ball. I think it's going Richmond's way. It's a blood rule and a bit of fighting going on. Dan Curvis bleeding again. He does slot it. Does the former captain for the Tigers. And right now, Jack Arndt could be coming in for Toby Nankervis, who's got another blood rule.
But then, look at that kick. Right there, they're all starting to gravitate to Lynch and to Bolter and to
It's a risky kick, but it was a good kick because it was successful. And they made it work.
Really timely goal for the Tigers, who are under all sorts of pressure.
Yeah, they could be crumbs. And they are playing worse now. Definitely. It's been a swing, but can the swing be good? Bolter out of the middle, fumble, smashed. Graham, Richmond are playing physically, and that's what they did last time. Bolter's down here, down. He's run into the coals ad, down. His passes are down, and he's still down. Noah Bolter. This could be a concussion, and rushing out to get to Noah Bolter because he is out. Daniel Rioli sends it long, and the Tigers, Matthew Parker, for 2 in a row. And this would hurt Adelaide after all the effort they've done. This goal would hurt.
And I think the last 2 entries are instructional in as much as they haven't gone to Bolter and they haven't gone to Lynch. So they've been defended really well by Adelaide. So then you've got to look at other avenues. So Parker presents and Cochin presents. Significant.
That's good news. Noah Bolter is up.
That's good for Noah Bolter. And out in the full. One kick he had to get right. He couldn't get it right. Yeah, Bolter out for a week, I'd say. He's very, very important. He's probably Richmond's most important player. That's very smart. Good call, Rick. So he's O'Brien. He did shank it. Long ball. Oh, that's a poor effort there by the Crows in the air. Graham smacked. Laird flicked it out wide. Tigers have done well. Really well, and that should be a... Oh my God. That kick is the riskiest kick ever. It works for Edwards. And now the Tigers are going back in. And Jack kicked 5 goals last time these two teams met. Going for his first one today.
They've been back to the wall for the best part of this last quarter, second quarter, and they just find a way. It's
also some of the quicker ball movement they've had going forward, which creates space.
So can the Tigers make it 2 in a row and get it back to 2 goals? With 2 minutes 39 left of the quarter. Jack Rewald slots it. Well done, Richmond. Yep, good job. Tigers, they've done really well there, and they've gotten themselves possibly back into it.
They might be trailing, but it'll be the Tigers that can go into half-time with all the momentum, because moments ago it was nearly a 5-goal break. Yep. Now it's 2.
Well, as you said, it got out to 24
yeah, they
kicked 6 in the
spot
last
on there. It's been a big turnaround. And the Tigers will probably head in half-time with momentum.
Cotton and Revolt. Doesn't really surprise you. Revolt's been down, Cotton's been good, but they found a way.
And whilst we're watching Tex close in on 500, one Revolt has just said bye-bye to the other.
Yes. And your request to have your numbers put up was adhered to. Nick's request.
Yes, Tigers are coming back.
What's the names on that list? In the meantime, 2.5 minutes left. Richmond don't have the lead, but they have the momentum right now. It's a 2-goal game. Prestia gets a clearance of sorts. Down, tried the knock on, didn't quite work.
Here you go. The Crows. Good tackle by Shy Bolt. Dumped him.
Bryant down to Crouch.
So I'll go long. Murphy, weird kick, but works. And Shane McAdam can make it 3 goals again.
If they restore it back to the 18, then I think Matthew Nicks would accept it and take it. I think he would be a touch, not flattened, but a bit disappointed that now they work so hard to get out to 4 goals and have two against the pattern of the game. So this becomes an even more important kick.
First game back to the season.
So Shane McAdam has 2 goals. And now the Crows are coming back.
We talk about goal kicking and accuracy all the
Well,
time, don't we?
your wish wasn't right. He did not shank it.
We haven't seen too many bad results here. 9-3,
He kicked a nice goal, and Shane McAdam, he's back in and he's doing good for the Crows up forward. He looks like a senior.
Back out to that 3-goal margin is just about right, I would think. I like the way they got their full line set up, Adelaide. They all present when it's their turn to go, they'll go. This is the Crows forward line here. 6-on-6 has been a great innovation, I think, anyway. Not so great for defenders. I don't think they've enjoyed having to go back to one-on-one defending. Playing there are some that aren't that adept at it, I don't think.
So ball it in. Nankervis. Shy Bolton gets the clearance. He's gone into the middle. And the Crows have done well there. And they get a late one. And they get it back.
Plays on, blasts it long. 3-on-3.
Long ball. Good work.
Just crushed away from him. Barry got a handball up. Duday.
Oh, they're doing well.
He tried to roll Crouch to the tackle. Didn't quite
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Staying in the game time here. This is where your leaders need to be really vocal. Minute on the clock. Nothing silly.
So Crouch goes wide. So I tuned into the Swans Eagles game last night, and that was pretty shit because that was a big win for the Swans. And I hate watching that because West Coast played really well the week before. Next week, shit. Good plays back. That's a brilliant kick. No way. They're not going to get it back out to 4, are they? They are. Tex Walker won't miss. This is massive. He does not miss, Tex. This is huge. He could have been the hero last week. He's already kicked 4. So Tex Walker goes. The sirens put him off. That siren put him off. And I don't know if he even scored there, but it's a good one. Good start. Good stuff. And at the moment, it's a 3-goal game. Well, not anymore. Now it's 19 points. And it's a pretty good game. So hopefully we get a good second half. And Richmond are going to pull one out of their bag of tricks and come back here. And it's half time. So I'll go and quickly take a break. So hopefully the game I go to tomorrow, Hawthorn versus Port Adelaide, I'm sure I'll vlog some of the game and get it out on YouTube. Maybe that day or the next, so I'll be back soon.
Inspiring the next generation and nurturing and protecting the ones we love the most. That's why at Isuzu Ute, we offer a 6-year warranty, up to 7 years roadside assist, and up to 7 years cap price servicing.
Why do you think Australians love AFL so much? Make it 6. Get a point, just went with a crack. Pretty good. That's really good. Absolutely sensational.
Play up at Randwick this Saturday. Get your stake back up to $50 in bonus bets if your runner finishes second or third in all races. Play up, your best bet.
So I thought I'd make myself a quick drink as we get prepared for a big second half. Here, hopefully it is a good one. So, Tex Walker's 72 fantasy points, right on top in that factor. And it's all Adelaide at the moment.
It's been hard to get there, but it's working in there.
The new season of Grand Designs Australia begins Thursday.
Trent
May
Cotchin,
5 on
16 disposals for the Tigers. On top, Prestia, Key, Smith,
Great contest so far.
T. Sloan,
Our forwards doing
captain.
an outstanding job of
Well,
keeping it in. The
we could
pressure's
talk.
getting put on, and
looking to do.
we got to stick at it. Just got to keep rolling.
That corridor ball movement, though, the forwards seem to be really enjoying that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, delivery's been a little better than last week, so that was certainly a focus we had.
Fair atmosphere.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, great for people to come out on the Easter weekend, and yeah, hopefully we keep rolling and get a job done for
Oh, good luck in the second half.
Cheers, John.
So a quick interview there by Rory Sloan.
Plenty of expectations on the Tigers this
Here we
year.
go.
Not so much the Crows, but Gary Linus, the Crows, who've taken it up to the Tigers. They lead by 19 points. It's been impressive.
Super game of footy, Jace. Really enjoyed it. Richmond were great early. Looked like the two big boys were going to make a mess of the Adelaide defence. I know Tex is going to get a lot of love, and we'll show him in a moment. I thought the Adelaide defence was superb and stood up really well. But this man just wound the clock back. He's had a late start in the season, came back, kicked 4 last week, moved beautifully. Right from the word go, he was sharp. We know he's not, the big contested marking animal, but he's kicking the ball really well. They've gone to him in good places and shared the ball and identified, as you said during the call, you've got one of the best finishes in the game. Give him the footy.
7 shy of 500. He's well on his way to ticking off that milestone as the game goes deep today. So those sorts of set shots, that's what Adelaide needs
So
to
it
do.
is.
They've converted. They haven't
So
missed
Tex
easy
Walker's
ones.
got to
He
kick
did a
7
little
more,
run with
actually.
Tom Hawkins,
So it's on
who does that so well.
489.
Earned a free
Now from
kick. Another set shot
493.
finish.
Yeah, you just said Rory Sloan.
that makes more
It's
sense.
instructional when they speak. Rory Sloan said we've been smarter and we've used it better going inside 50. So, no, they'll be well pleased with that first half.
The other thing that's enabled them to get out side and break away and move the ball freely forward is breaking the odd tackle that we don't normally
So
tend to
these
see
were
from the
the
Tigers do.
No, we don't.
ins
I
and
think
outs
I've
for this
heard,
game.
Damien Hardwick speak
It was
about this
Vlastuin
on
and
other occasions, is that they
there's,
have to stick these tackles. Like, you
Star,
just can't let
Jack Hart's
Brody
in
Smith get out of
for
that. When you've got him
McIntosh
tied
and
up like that,
Gibkiss
you've
and
got to stop him, and that ends up in a
Arts,
50-metre
medical
penalty,
sub,
and away they go. We
and
see
the
it
Crows
again here.
bringing Barry
When you've got them cold,
and
you've got to
McAdam
hold on to them and make sure they can't
in
get out.
for
The Keys gets out,
Schoenberg and
and look
Hinge.
what happens as a result. They go the whole length of the ground, gets down, they get another shot at goal. So I think that's we'll speak to John in a moment about how they can get back into it. I reckon Damien Hardwick will throw and jam that down their throat. When you get the chance, you've got to stick them.
Yeah, they've shown good run on the outside. So let's head down boundary side to Brad Johnson. Jono,
So here are the
there
teams
is
for the
a
game
big
I'm going
challenge
to
facing
tomorrow.
the Tigers now in the
It's
second
Port
half. What do
Adelaide,
you think they need
Lily,
to do?
Finlayson,
Yeah,
Gray,
Jason, certainly is.
Hayes
Also
and
should be on
Demont
the way
in
the
for
Crows have been,
McKenzie,
how
Jones,
positive they have
Wines,
been.
Mays and
The Tigers
Morissette.
can fix this
quite quickly.
Carlton bring in Jordan Hughes, Parks,
the team
Pinternet,
around that they're actually even across the board. Contested ball is the one area that they need to just lift their rating in a little bit. That's the midfield. The second one is absorbing the pressure we spoke about.
Jordan,
The third one, you discussed
Parks,
this during the
Pinternet,
second quarter. Different
Hughes,
options, different looks going inside forward 50. The Adelaide Crows are flooding back to Lynch and Rewald and Bolter when he's down there. So to get that little bit of a mix up to Parker, to Cochin, I know Rewald gets this last one when they get some more better fast ball movement, but when they are slowed up, maybe it's the short, it's the shot from 45 that will suit the Tigers in the second half, not the long bomb going inside forward 50.
Thank you, Jono. A lot to look forward to in the second half. And don't forget, coming up straight after the footy night, round about 10 p.m. or so on Fox Footy, it's Best on Ground. The boys and girl are back.
I have to cool down with a glass of Australia's finest beverage, Aussie milk.
This Saturday night on Best on Ground. All the headlines, highlights, and plenty of fun.
How are those celebrations going? Look at this bad boy.
When the game's on the line, he's the type of player that wants to take that responsibility and gets it done.
Surely tonight you're going to announce your attack.
Catch the gang on Best on Ground. Saturday night after the footy.
She's a beast. She's a beast, I tell ya.
The 3-litre turbo diesel by Isuzu D-Max is born to live.
So, we're back.
The stage is set. Don't forget to breathe. We're ready to go.
So, we've got about just over 10 minutes until we're back.
Just gets better.
At the moment,
These days, my kids are just
we've got an hour and a half until the Melbourne Giants game, which should be a
It's
fun
hard to
one.
know if that's a good thing. I know I can't teach them everything, but maybe with a little help, we could learn something together. Now that's cool.
At the moment, it's pretty.
Parents visit cool.org to find education resources for a better world.
Pretty boring at the moment. We're getting another shout out to Ethan. Thanks for joining the stream earlier on. It's good to see.
I've got a brand new show coming to Sky News Australia.
Everyone's got something to say about Piers Morgan. The broadcaster every channel wants, but is too afraid to hire.
Couldn't have put it better myself.
A showman and a journalist with a penchant for Twitter spats.
It's true, I do love a good spat.
Piers Morgan Uncensored
At the moment,
starts April 26.
Freedom of speech is held high and prepared to dial.
At the moment.
Sky News Australia.
Really boring.
It's a massive game coming up tonight on Fox Footy straight after Adelaide and the Tigers. We've got the all-conquering Demons taking on the Giants. Gary Lyon excited now every time the D's take the stage. Is anyone going to stop them? Who can knock them over?
The Giants knocked them over last year, Jason. You look no further ahead than each game as it presents itself. So the Giants beat Melbourne last year at the MCG, so that'll be at the forefront of their mind. They should win tonight.
Have you been disappointed with the Giants 1-3 start?
No, yes. No, in fact I have. Because for the last few years they've started really slowly and they gather themselves. And the disappointment is they would have known that they can't afford to give teams a start like they have, but there's a couple of exciting players that come back.
Well, they get Haynes back in, and they're also showcasing the number 3 pick from last year's draft, Finn Callahan.
Love it when these highly rated young kids get their chance to debut. We're seeing players at this game that we're doing that have come on. This kid, highly rated, tallish midfielder, was sought after heavily, and they've got an absolute jet. So out of the MCG, he's a Melbourne-based boy. He'll have the whole family, all his schoolmates will be there. It'll be great.
So we've got that to look forward to. Also a massive Easter Sunday on Fox Footy. Couple of big games, and in particular, Carlton and Port Adelaide. I mean, I was bullish about Port Adelaide coming into the year. I reckon that could be a handful for the Blues tonight.
No, Cripps gives them an opportunity to show something. I was really disappointed their 2 young forwards, Georgiades and Marshall, didn't stand up in the manner they should have last week and maybe not given the opportunity. So there's a chance for them. Don't think they'll beat Carlton. I'm a bit of a fan of Carlton.
And the Bombers Freo all of a sudden takes on a pretty big status of a critical game, doesn't it?
For the Bombers as much. I think Fremantle are playing really good footy, and the way they have stacked up and the way their numbers tell you, they're a really good chance, I think, to play finals footy this year. And then, of course, it's all about Easter Monday, and you are confident that your Hawks are going to give a good showing of themselves on Monday.
They always do.
You said that.
I love what they're bringing. I'm not convinced they're going to win, but I think it's going to be a good game. They tend to play great games, these two, every Easter Monday.
They're very confident.
You're being a little mischievous as well. Take a break. Second half from the Adelaide Oval coming up on the other side, and at the moment, it's the Crows leading the Tigers by 19 points.
So, up next, we'll be back running out soon.
The 3-litre turbo diesel Isuzu D-Max is born to live.
Protect your 5 to 11-year-old with a coronavirus vaccine. Getting vaccinated will help keep your kids safe, and booking is fast and simple. If you have any questions, your GP or pharmacist has the answers. There's also great support to help make vaccination a more positive experience. With children eligible now, know the how, what, and when of vaccination for 5
Here's
to
a
11
current update on the
To
live
find out
ladder.
where and how to book, go to
live as in
coronavirus.vic.gov.au.
live.
Authorised
So
by
there's the
Victorian
top
Government,
8.
Melbourne.
BBC World
Lucky
News,
to see
CNBC,
Collingwood
Fox
there
News
at
Channel,
bottom
Sky
in
News,
the
Liberty
8.
Television, Sports News.
Carlton, Geelong, Fremantle, Sydney, St Kilda, Brisbane, and the mighty Melbourne Football Club. Next, you have the Hawthorn Hawks, Dogs, Tigers, Suns, Crows as it is live with their win, GWS, Essendon, West Coast, North and Port. So shout out to Roger, the Bomber fan. Hopefully they can get the job done over Fremantle tomorrow. I won't be catching that game, seeming I'll be at the other game.
is filled with so many memories. Dash out at the bottom of the stairs. Columbus will take a crime scene. We believe Michael Peterson murdered Kathleen in cold blood. It's my life on the line, and I want to tell my
So we're getting ready for a big second half. Tex Walker should be able to kick another bag and hopefully get to close for their sake a win.
the greatest magic trick I've ever seen.
Now that's magic.
Beautiful afternoon, turning to a gorgeous night here in Adelaide. Great to have your company wherever you might be watching around the planet. Biggest margin of the game is 24 points. Adelaide led by 24 early in that
So here we go.
term. Back to 19.
So third and fourth term getting ready to get underway. This should be a good second half. So we're ready.
That second quarter came off with the blood rule a couple of times, as we can see here on the back of Cook coming in to put pressure on. So the Tigers have told me he should be okay, but we still haven't seen him. And Arts has still got the warm-up top on in terms of the super sub this afternoon. So waiting for Toby Nankervis. Here he comes now, actually. He's just running straight out of the race as we talk, running straight to the centre bounce for the Tigers. So no need to worry, Tigers fans.
Nankervis is running straight onto the field, and this should be, hopefully, a good second half.
So important. Trent Cotcher, the former skipper, was doing all the talking there at quarter time. They're down in contested footy, which is a little bit of an issue for them. Key's leading the way there. He's had 15-10 contested. He's had a bit of work done there.
Has he been stitched up?
I think he's had a bit of heavy bit of work done there. So that's probably why he was laid out. Well, the old days when you were playing Dwayne, didn't they just used to get the old staple gun and staple you up?
I think I used to use the leather boot leather back when I was playing. So like that. But he does look like he's had a couple of staples.
Yes, he does, yeah. See, Shea Bolton.
Love the eye.
Shea Bolton, who I think it's been okay. He hasn't stopped trying, but gee, young Chase Jones did a really good job on him, and he had
So again,
responsibility for him. So he's gone to the centre here.
Surprised I can't get the link
Square, so check the middle
to
line.
Angie Boy's channel,
Best game of the year. 16 possessions
and I'll
a
go
goal
and put
first
it
half. So great to see the former skipper return to form.
in the stream.
You've got a nice little mix in the middle of old and new. Thompson Dow's getting an opportunity there in the middle of the ground at an important stage of the game.
Ross doing a bit of it as well.
So the stage is set for a huge second half. Big crowd, Adelaide Oval. Crows looking for their second win of the season. Coming off a
Here we go, ball it in, second half. Nankervis whacks it. Cochin goes long.
Pumps them inside 50 early. And Butts and Lynch.
You've got to love Jordan Butt's work. He just keeps fighting for that front position, and it's paying off.
Dawson to Smith. Brown. Frampton. Line got her away. Tigers hunting in Pacto. A little wobbly handball to Edwards. Flick handball on.
Here we go, Richmond, Bolter, soccer kick, doesn't work, and unfortunately, the chat has been disabled.
What's Tom Lynch do now? You got Butts who, probably the last 5
Yeah,
or 6 years,
I can see why as well.
To change something up?
Well, absolutely. If he's going to take front position, he's got to start leading laterally. Or even double back and try and get the player with the ball if he's got time to run, carry, and kick long.
Bolton had it, lost it, was held in the tackle. Handball missed his target. Bolter kicks around the body. Crows have numbers back. Saving mark to Cook.
So what we have seen early, though, is the Tigers putting a heap of pressure on. So the Crows unable to run
Yeah, I
the
can
ball out
see
very
why it's
easily.
been.
Dawson sets that up for the Flyers.
I can see the reason why it's been disabled, but hopefully we can
Took his legs out.
still get some viewers. Despite the chat being disabled, Tex Walker will get a bit of a free. So the chat has been disabled. The chat won't work. So we won't really be able to communicate.
He winds up, he pulls the kick, he heads to McAdam. Himmelberg at the back.
That's a great goal And I don't know if it'll be paid or not. It's a good goal, like really good effort. Not sure if it'll go in. So yeah, the channel's been disabled, so hopefully can still come in and do something and be good because yeah, it's been disabled, which is a bit unfortunate. Probably shouldn't have done what I did, but
It's a great finish.
hopefully we can still.
We get to see. We will, I'm sure, once we decide whether this is a goal or not.
That's,
His ability to trap that ball one-handed.
looks like it's gonna be
He reacted as if he thought it was a goal. So you're seeing everything that the officials are seeing?
not too sure.
Review complete. Looking at these angles, we can see there is a gap as the ball passes the goalpost, and there is no edge decision of the scoreboard.
So it's gonna be a goal.
The crowd enjoyed hearing that over the loudspeaker, as did Elliot Himmelberg. Here's confirmation.
That is what they were looking at. They saw something better than we did. They might have better eyes than us. But anyway, let's have a look at the way this goes about. Here's the 50-metre penalty first of all.
So hopefully we can still get viewers despite being the chap being disabled. It's a pretty good goal. And maybe
Clunk into the one hand on the left hand, bang, goal.
Oh, that is
maybe
brilliant.
How good is
the
that?
Crows can
What is
get a
it?
big
210
win.
or 25?
200 centimetres.
210 was a bit generous. But you're moving all right for a 200 centimetre, lad. 25 points. That's a big first goal.
So 4 goals out of Walker, 3 from Himmelberg, 2 from McAdam.
So
They couldn't
Bonnie-
have scripted it better from a forward
Richmond
centre.
need to respond.
Very
And that's a great
missed a
effort
shoot, could have been
there
ball.
by Prestia.
Now he's got it.
Ball up.
Wanting the ball.
I know, it's
So
on the ball, so
the two of the men
Prestia
up
gets the
to
ball.
a free kick to Prestia.
It's the urgency to get this going from the Tigers, to get
So
it
they
forward
kick-
and give their big boys a look one out before they get
That's a
support
bonnet
back
line.
there.
Got it in the hands of their
bad
best kicker,
kick,
Shaw,
and
who heads to Lynch.
in the end it's Lynch.
He's got to perfection there.
That's better, and I think that's got to be a priority.
And that's a little bit better by Richmond. They have to keep that up though.
The urgency to get going, but he knew better. He got it in the hands of their best ball user, and Short gets it in line, and you get a one-on-one look.
Yeah, and on that occasion, he's running at an angle, so even though Butts is trying to take front spot, a little nudge takes him out of the contest. Scott won. Right now, this is the biggest margin of the game. It'll work back when we're enough. Jordan Dawson. Crows give it to their best kicker in their 22. And good mark front spot taken by Miller.
So it's a behind to Tom Lynch. So it's 24 points currently.
Defensive half of the ground.
And long ball forward.
Lynch.
Oh, right on Adelaide. That has been the story of this match.
Got that mark from Ben Miller, so he recognised
And
the
at the
position on
moment,
the ground. He
we've
said,
just
"It's my
been
turn to attack. I don't have to worry about
the better
stalling my
team,
man.
and
I'll take front position.
Richmond
I'll
have just
attack
been
the
the
footy and take the intercept mark."
worse team. So they're balling up,
O'Brien and Nankervis will
and
almost
while Shy Bolton's there, he's got to get rid of it. He did. Now Pickett flicks it to Rioli. Rioli, good kick. Lynch was held. No free. Hand pass. Lynch has got to go back and get it. Slapped it to Keys. Keys gets it to Smith. Smith flicks it wide. And the Crows defence safely goal.
Sloan wins. Murphy pushed on the kick. Travel the required. McAdam. He wanted to go. Umpire told him he did go. That looked a bit overzealous from Tex. Free kick lost him.
This is better for the Tigers, though. This has got a bit more Richmond about it. Get the ball in your half and keep it in there. Keep whacking it back in.
So they're going to go back in, Richmond.
Make a valid argument there.
It'd be a good debate, Tex, if he hits the other case there.
Geez, it was an aggressive kick from McAdam, though. Probably didn't need to pull the trigger on that one. Again, their best kicker's got it now short, but he slams it long. O'Brien waiting for it. Lynch nearly got there. Castagna almost crumbed it.
So it's coming back. It's bending. It's bending. It's bending, and it's gone through. So Richmond get that one back, the one they desperately needed, and it's back to 3 goals.
The ball had been living in their half of the ground since Himmelberg kicked that goal. So it kept coming back in. And look, there's no signs.
Maybe now Richmond
This is almost right.
can get a couple more and make this game really interesting.
See if you can make something happen. And Edwards was good enough. So speed on
It's at the moment.
is a priority for the Tigers getting it forward, because these goals are really hard to come by when you've got so many.
Been pretty much a dominant forward half play by the Crows. Tigers are getting their forward half stoppages at the moment and doing what they need to do.
Outside 5 goals. Every time they get 4 goals plus, Richmond find a way to get one back.
So Toby Nankervis back out there as the captain. Rocks it out, Matt Crouch. Good clearance to Keys. And now the Crows can get one back the other way. Great kick. McAdams just couldn't hang on. Rob Smith's been caught. Rioli dumped. Hand pass to Tarrant. Did well, but should come back in. And oh, great courage by Ross. Did really well. Pickett kicks it in. Shy Bolton on the wing. Hand pass to Graham. This is better by the Tigers. This is what we'll normally see from them. Edwards goes back inside 50. Baker, so close. Parker, Baker. Tigers have got 2 in a row. And they are back. And they're playing great footy. They had a big second half last time these two teams met. And they've started really well this second half.
Dryden called it absolutely beautifully. Ball gets spread out here.
Riley O'Brien tries to leave it. He should be going for the ball right there.
So that's Jordan Dawson, who in the end wasn't able to get there because they made a meal of it. And they're finding a way through different sources. We said this halfway through the second quarter. If it's not Revolt and Bolter and Lynch, find a way somewhere else.
So, I mean, it's disappointing from an Adelaide perspective. They had 3 on 2 at that wing contest, and they coughed up the ball. All of a sudden, it's Richmond finding a bit of space, getting on the outside.
And look, the centre clearances are worrying. 12-6 right now.
So right now, Richmond are just getting those clearances that they need to get. Nankervis, Pickett did well. Look at that. Shy Bolton. No one laid a fingertip on him. Nankervis. Long ball forward. And now they need the mark. Frampton. Baker for 2 in a row. Hand pass. Oh, great work, Adelaide. They're under medium pressure. Duday wrapped up. Great pressure, Richmond. It's come out to Lynch. He flicks it to Prestia, to Bolton, who fell over. No one's touched it. And Duday on the line. No one touched it. That was nearly the most scariest moment for the Crows. It's 9 points. It's 11 points, sorry. So they've nearly got it back under a goal. Nick Vlastuin will get that free kick. It's been really good for Richmond having Nick Vlastuin back. He'll send it long towards the goal. He sidestepped around Sloan. Goes long to a 2-on-3 in the Crows' favour. Duday, they did well. Fumbled, slipped over. Jack Rewalt. Oh, is that a goal? The accidental goal, and it goes through. It's 5 points. It feels like they've come back from a long way down, the Tigers. But it feels like it should be more to the Crows. And that's a really weird goal.
That is extraordinary. Richmond don't beat themselves. You've got to beat Richmond, which is why they've been such a great footy side for such a long time. So they're not going to. So what I mean by that is they're not just going to fold. They're not going to just roll over here. You've got to go and beat them, and they were. They beat them in the second quarter. They beat them from halfway through the first quarter. Now you're seeing why this side is one of the best, or has been one of the best sides of the modern era. They find a way. It's not pretty. It's not lace out. It's not Lynch taking over a game. They're grinding their way.
Texting my
back
friend
into
about
the
Richmond.
Three goals
Cotchin
in 3
did
minutes
well.
of game
Crouch.
time.
Shy Bolton. They're coming, the Tigers. Pickett. Little fumble. So Crows will get the ball inside forward 50 if they can get this kick. Barry. Keys. They've got that kick. It's a weird one. It's a behind.
Starting that centre bounce at the start of the third quarter. For the quarter, he's had two clearances, one out of the centre. He's had 5 possessions, leading possession winner on the ground. He's just turning the tide of the game.
I think that's one of those kicks you'd rather see Ben Keys, whose strength isn't threading the needle from the boundary, squaring it up and giving a forward a chance to do some work.
Shane Edwards is the other one, Gaz. He's been on fire in this quarter. So you got Bolton in the middle, Edwards playing half forward, dominating for the Tigers.
Yeah, trying to almost just swap roles.
There he is on cue for you, Jono. Edwards to Ralph Smith.
So it looks like Noah Bolter is okay, which is great news for Richmond. Because I've not seen him since, but I saw him just then. Edwards, now Dow, flicks it to Edwards, and it's in the back. Dow's going to get the free, and there's a chance to level the scores. What a game this is.
The responsibility. It's coming up for his 10th possession.
The hand passes to short, big, long ball. It's good. It didn't make the distance. Baker, Lynch, Castagna, Lynch, ball in. Right in front of Richmond's goal. There's still 12 minutes left of this quarter. This is a great game. I predicted another great game to stream. Lynch, Castagna kicked that. Laird, handball straight to Cook, and it's rushed over the line. 5 points, the margin. So there's Jordan Dawson. What does he do with it? They're under lots of pressure, the Crows. Just sends it wide and long. And Ralph Smith did well. Dodged around one. Look at that. Down. The youngster got rid of a couple. Pretty good kick. And now Baker. Oh, no way. The Tigers hit the fronts. Liam Baker kicks a ripper. And 6 minutes ago, they were 4 goals down. And now they're up by a point. And an Easter Saturday thriller.
Territory. They've kept the ball in their half of the ground and refused to let it out. Their halfbacks have pushed up aggressively. They can't win a ball anywhere near half forward.
And they're up by a point.
And when it goes inside 50, Baker's been magnificent. We've talked about Edwards, we've talked about Bolton. This is a bit of a reality check. What response do we get?
What a third quarter from that man. He's had 5 touches and kicked 2 goals in this third quarter. They have lifted Richmond, so they've asked the question.
Liam Baker's been really good.
Can you match us, Adelaide? And we're about to find out.
No surprise from Liam Baker. Equal second to the best and fairest last season. Most contested possessions.
So ball it in. David Nankervis. Cotchin out of the middle. Prestia. Great tackle, Keys. Desperation stuff by the Crows. And they'll get rewarded.
76% time in forward half has been all Richmond. So a rare.
They've had 24% in the forward half this quarter, the Crows. Long ball should work for the Tigers. And O'Brien, out of nowhere, has a chance to put the Crows back in front.
Every 12 games, he averages 2 goals a year, Riley O'Brien.
And that's something you don't mind seeing, though. The big man saying, they go forward and impose themselves.
So if he kicks this, I go back in front. He's a ruckman. He's an okay kicking footy for a ruck.
He's going to reach up to the highest point. No one's going to spoil it.
I don't think I can back him in from here, though.
His first goal of the season, and to give Adelaide back the lead. Kept it low.
It's a pretty good kick, though. And it's snuck home. Adelaide hit the front. Again. I just thought of something really good to change the game.
Just gets under the footy, so you've got to be harder and tighter than that. So good response.
So my free man tip, I'm going to change it right now. You know I had a free player a Freo player has a 6-week ending injury. I'm going to change it to 7 or more league changes in the game. So that's fully changed.
And he'll be keen to make amends for that, Noah Boulder. He lost a handle on his opponent.
So we'll ball it in.
Wasn't there to compete.
Bolter into the ruck. And there's Prestia wrapped up. And we'll ball it back in. Right in the middle of Adelaide Oval. Ball in, O'Brien. Whacks it down. Murphy's gone into the middle. Now the Tigers defence. Ralph Smith. Beautiful kick to Lynch. Lynch has got to bomb it. And he toe pokes it towards Rewalt. He's a long way from home. He's probably 2 kicks away from home. But because Rewalt kicked that torp last week, you can probably back him in to get it towards the goal square. He's kicked 2 goals today, Jack Rewalt. Hasn't had the best day. Wants his third. Oh, he's got another torp. It's not that good. It's coming back and hits the post. And he did get it to the goal square, and it just faded and managed to hit the post.
3 kicks a goal up the siren in one game. Smith,
we've got Tex with 2.
So,
that's true.
Frampton has a kick. Weird one. Tex Walker dropped it. Ralph Smith, Dow, Baker, Lynch. Brilliant kick in the middle, but Crows defence did well. And that's really high by Pickett. Lucky to not be on report after that high one on Cook. Cook goes short, risky, and he hasn't held on, Crouch. Bolter Canes, that's a little high. For a kick to Crouch.
Missed the full year last year with that groin injury. Good to see him back. He's in great form.
Crouch
29
goes
possessions
long. Good kick. And Lynch has gone back.
Really disappointing kick. An incredibly disappointing kick from Matt Crouch. That's where the loose man was. He had leads going out wide and he pulls it back into the corridor to a 1-on-2.
Carrot. Short. Rewalt, but it's on the full.
It's interesting with Tom Lynch, just what they're trying to do with him here. Whether they're trying to get him into the game by bringing him up behind the footy. So a couple of possessions. It does leave you one short though in your back half, which allows you to chip the footy around like this. Now they've had really good pressure on here. Now you get a bit more of an easy out.
Brown to Frampton to Duday. We've skipped inside and then sent it to O'Brien. Smith, look away hand on a Murphy, and he pumps it. Himmelberg's there. Walker got up there, can't mark it. Rochelle crumbs it, ready to a brick wall.
Crows nearly got one there.
He might have gone into the ruck, I think. Vancouver's off the ground. So maybe he's sort of playing as a floating ruckman without wanting to do the ruck work. Oh, he's back, Vancouver's.
Walker the flick down, Pickett. Short.
Shall we go forward? The Tigers with short Crows then.
The tough bounce to Reed.
Smith.
Led to Smith. 3 players flew. And Carrot was content.
He had no interest in taking possession there. Happy just to set up for the stoppage.
Gabriel done a good job on Rochelle, by the way. Started really brightly and kept it to just 5 touches.
That is good by Rioli.
Gang tackles.
And that's one of the things we haven't seen in this third quarter from Adelaide is that front and square presence that we raved about in the first half. It's gone missing. It's dried up. Rochelle was one of those getting involved.
Playing in front. Doing well was Graham. Little flick out from Dow, missed his target. Smith, caught by Ross, got it.
So here they go, the Crows. Murphy, good kick. Rob Mark, Pickett, Hand pass. This is a good game. Oh, great smother by Smith. Desperation with Shilly, Keys. Nankervis is going to be good. And Graham's caught. So we'll pull it up. Starting to get hot now. 4-point lead to the Crows. This is a great game. Tex Walker out of the right. Bass is home. And it's goal. No score review. He's got 5, Tex. He's kicked 9 goals in his last 2 weeks coming back. And gives the Crows a 10-point lead. And a pretty high scoring one for these two teams. They're not normally the high scoring teams.
And that's just staying in the contest. Taylor Walker, he competed in the ruck, didn't get the
low
tap
scoring
out, but
one
came
and
down and he followed it up, and he was able to beat
Thinking
Nankervis to it. Who isn't happy about the result.
It's been a great call by you, Jace. The fact that Tex has gone to take those ruck contests, because normally you would think it's the
Tex Walker.
Himmelberg, but once he's been able to halve the contest,
He's going full forward, but they probably want to get him some more.
So it's been a fantastic call.
So here we go. Ball it up. Alright. Barry did well. Prestia did well. What can the Tigers do? Bolton run down. That is monstrous by the Crows. And it's Rory Sloan, the champ.
They've been challenged and they've responded, yes, the Crows. Barry.
And they're starting to have a bit of a good patch now, the Crows. They've ended the Tigers' purple patch.
Cannon got up there.
And now they're sticking around the handballs. The re-entry. McAdam. Oh. And that's home. They're going to get another one, the Crows. That's pretty rough. And the Tigers fans are not happy. Himmelberg gets the 3. And he won't miss it from here. Well, if he rushes it, then he'll miss. But
And the response you spoke about,
Himmelberg misses this. He's under pressure here, Himmelberg. He's got to kick it. And he's kicked it, Himmelberg. And the Crows get it back to 16 points. And ends the chance of a Richmond lead at 3/4 time, you would think.
I think mature and evolved before our eyes here. So all these, there's McAdam who goes again. But all these little things like, you know, when you see such a good side like Richmond bank 4 goals on in a matter of minutes and hit the front, you can be forgiven for thinking, well, okay, this has been a pretty brave effort. But they dug in and they've got back and kicked 3 in a row.
At the moment, update,
I think
Prestia
they're taking a big step
is
here,
Slider on
Adelaide.
30 touches and no goals. They need 25 more touches and 2 goals.
He's been right amongst it, kicking 4, and as we go down the ground level,
Got 4 goals on
the
him.
crowd's lifted as well, Jono.
It's electric here. Jason, don't worry about that. And that's been the nature of Adelaide's season all year. Yes, they were disappointing against the Pies in round 2, but they just find a way to hang in there now. They've been able to find a way to fight back.
Nankervis got 2 knockdowns.
Great stuff
Shea Bolton stalks it.
by the Tigers. Shea Bolton not getting run down this time. Mongrel kick. Smith did well. Really well for the Crows. What can the Tigers do in return? Juggling mark by Short. Got rid of his opponent. Just dumping those young Crows. They're getting a bit frustrated, the Tigers. Bolton, good tackle. Short. He's dumped Barry again. They just look very frustrated with themselves at the moment, Richmond. McAdam at the back. 1-on-1 with Rioli. Was held. And Dimmer's not happy.
And the reading the play from Brodie Smith to intercept that kick going forward has been outstanding.
McAdam will probably send it to the top of the square.
Good leadership from your
Not a bad kick.
experienced players.
Smith, great spot.
Oh, risky kick. And now Richmond on the counter attack. Long ball. It's a 1-on-1. And in the end, Crows defenders come to help.
Here they come again. Johns. Space in the middle for Crouch.
Long ball. Is it going to work? It does. Glance sends it long and strong. Himmelberg wants 5 goals. It'll probably be a career best. Richmond have been good. And the defence a bit shaky though. Ralph Smith sends it long. And it's all Adelaide. But Lynch has got to be good here on Duday. He was. He spun him inside there. And the smother by Tom Lynch. I think he's got the throwing. And Tom Lynch. Massive effort by Tom Lynch. Hit the 2-hour mark of the stream. And Tom Lynch gives away the throwing.
Was he on his feet when he knocked it?
Matt Crouch goes long. And Curvis smacks it down. Cook keeps it in and kicks a mongrel out in the full. And Tex wants a good piece of track caution.
He reckons there might have been a stray boot in there. He is not happy at all.
And Tex Walker's very pissed.
I reckon you want to poke the bear. You get really angry. I don't think Koch wanted any part of it either.
And Richmond just kicking the ball around. Short goes a bit longer. Beautiful kick to Pickett. Pickett's got to send it long. He does. It's really long. Oh, the pack flew. Bolter, Rewalt, Lynch, they were all there. Castagna, Nanks there. Dow's there. Himmelberg and Frampton have gone back. Well done by Barry. And we've given it holding the ball.
Really good decision. I mean, you don't get high contact when you duck your head and burrow like that. And well recognised by the umpire, and then there was no effort to get the ball out.
Barry kicks it to Frampton, and you'd think the Crows might hold on to a memorable win.
It's been a fantastic game of footy. Both teams are showing plenty.
Long ball. Cadden flew. Broad did well. Good pressure by the Tigers. Here they go. Pickett will send it long. They've got another chance. Lynch. So close. Rewalt didn't fly. Prestia got it to Parker. They don't argue. And now the mongrel kick misses. Oh.
Let's have a look at this here with Cochin and.
Do you reckon he pushed the foot up at all? It's just falling over, wasn't it?
Didn't see it. What is it? What do we say?
Oh, there it is. There's a little bit there.
Kick.
No.
Long
Just
ball.
enough to upset Texter.
Pickett. Hand pass to Ralph Smith, who's already been tackled when he got the ball. And at the moment,
Adelaide have basically
the
been
Crows are
able
wrong.
to negate the effort that the Tigers put in the first half of this quarter. It was 19 points at halftime. It's still a 3-goal margin back to 15 points. So the effort for them to raise the intensity after getting challenged has been exceptional.
Cook goes long.
Cook sent it long. Himmelberg.
Richmond, you'd think, will try and have another purple patch in the fourth. If they don't get it, it's it.
There was no science about Richmond. They just banged it in and then hoped that Baker or someone at Bolton could go to work at ground level. But when they did get the ball inside their forward 50 Adelaide, then they scored. And that's the encouraging thing. They've only been inside 37 times and they've scored 18 of them. 50%. It's an unbelievable conversion.
O'Brien did well. Murphy correct. Unbelievable conversion. Ralph Smith dropped it. And he's caught. No holding the ball. Short. Edwards. Graham. Pickett. Coming. Good tackle.
You can't question his both sides. It's like a final. Yeah, willingness and determination.
Ball it in, not the best one. Name Curvis. Look out, Adelaide are going to go forward. Sloan, Broad. Oh, risky handball. Is that deliberate? And to behind. Luckily, it's not deliberate for the mighty Tigers Football Club.
Wasn't a bad free kick to give away either, just to slow it up.
So we've got a minute 19 left. And the ball works. Good kick by Ross. And now
Adelaide pushing back
Jack Graham, he's going to send it long. Can the Tigers get a late goal? They need one. And short goes long. And it's a behind. Just haven't been able to get it. 15 points, the margin.
Surely here, don't you? 15 points, you take the 15-point margin.
Frampton, you think the Crows would want to go in happy with this, and they wouldn't really want to try and go forward. You'd think the Tigers would have the rest of the play inside their 450, and they do.
It's a long 47 seconds, though. Plenty can happen.
Well, they get numbers back here. Although just looking ahead of the footy, it still does appear to be one-on-one. There might be one Adelaide Crow just off this stoppage here.
So bring it in. Laird did well, but he missed his boot. Bolton, Berry, and Keys clears the danger zone for now. And now Sloan's going to send it forward, and it's a one-on-one. It's Broad and McAdam. Broad did really well, and he want to camp it in because they want to go forward and get one more. Normally, Broad would just knock that out of bounds. Castagna, he's got to hurry up. There's 15 seconds, and they got the 50. So 14 seconds, the clock will stop.
Where does he mark it? We saw one
He's
last
nearly
week.
in
It was
range.
65 metres it was given, and he is going to be within range.
He doesn't know how long
Castagna goes long. Can he kick it? It's straight. And it's a point. Oh, 14 points.
Why did he go so quickly then?
Dawson. That's going to be it.
Gets it out of the area.
Himmelberg. Kick. That's a good mark. By Cotchin. That's a good turn by Richmond and Adelaide. Probably Richmond had the better term in the end, just. I actually managed to get in front in that quarter, Richmond, which is pretty impressive. I'll go down, and it's 14 points. We'll be back for a big fourth quarter very soon.
And such is the beauty of our game.
Welcome to our massive show coming up tonight.
The 3-litre turbo diesel Isuzu D-Max is born to live.
So, you think it's just a game? It's dedication, passion, and community. Just a game? Would you say that to them? It's a new era and a brand new home. It's more than just a game, it's netball.
Time to put up or shut up. Spence versus Ugas.
This program brought to you by Amy, proud major partner of the AFL. Harvey Norman Super Easter Weekend, 5 days only. Xero, online accounting to help you do business, but better. And Macca's Double Chicken Deluxe, chicken and Macca's together and loving it.
Saturday night prime time. Great to have your company wherever you're watching around the planet. And it's a ripper. It's lived up to all expectations. Even the Mountain Lamoons watching this one. A quarter to
So I
play.
grabbed a quick
Stairs to Brad Johnson.
bite to eat, and this should be a good fourth quarter.
To have another big last quarter, I should say. The third quarter from their match winners was sensational. Jaden Short off disposals. Then you go into the midfield and Bolton. Then you go to half forward and Edwards. And then in the forward pocket, Baker, 6 disposals and 2 goals. These are the guys that need to stand up again in the last quarter if the Tigers are to win this game of football. You can see the way Baker's movement here. He goes to the front of the contest, starting to get his shape right there. And look at the reward. He gets the ultimate reward by kicking 2 goals in that quarter, all because of work rate to the right spot. So their match winners, their stars, need to turn it on again.
Love what Elliot Himmelberg's been able to do today. We know Tex came back last week. He kicked 4. He's kicked another 5 today. But you get Himmelberg weighs in with 4 goals. McAdam kicks a couple. And all of a sudden, that's the support they need up forward. They're not one-dimensional. And he took a couple of very important marks. He's got a big role to play. Needs to make sure that he has an impact with the game on the line in the final quarter.
Yeah, and you're looking at the Tigers, so you're thinking, right, you have to claw a few back. They've looked most dangerous when it hasn't been conventional. When they've gone forward, they haven't really gone to Lynch. Save for the first 5 minutes of the game, when Bolter and Lynch both look ominous. So I wonder whether Reebok can get himself involved here, Jack.